Hey, thank you, Mr. Afzal, for joining today. Thanks, everyone, for joining. I'm really happy and thrilled to have Mr. Afzal with me. He's a good friend. We worked together for a long time, and I'm happy really to host him. So, for us, how it goes, if you have any questions you'd like to ask Mr. Afzal, you'd like to ask any questions you have in your mind, just feel free to post in the comments. And I will take it as we go through our interview today. So to start with, maybe one note just to tell everyone about my seminar, my event, which I did over the past few days. I will keep the recording till Tuesday. Then I will remove these interviews will remain. The main reason for me, because I want to encourage you to take a decision and go and watch these. I know we have the habit of procrastination. We like always to delay it. So I'm giving you till Tuesday. Make sure to watch these before I remove them. So again, Mr. Afzal, thank you for joining me in today's bonus session number 3. And I want to ask you, just introduce yourself about where are you from, what are you doing, so we can take it up from there.
Sure, sure. So good evening to you, Mr. Mohammed Sabri, as well as good evening to all. Now you're seeing the live interview with Mohammed Sabri. My name is Afsal Latif. Uh, I'm from India. I'm currently working in Sharjah, United Arab Emirates, and working for a company called Liva Nikiso Middle East. And we mainly deal with pumps. We supply a few equipments to oil and gas industries around the world, especially to clients in Middle East and North Africa. I'm here for the last 10 years working in UAE, and uh, we came to know each other somewhere in 2014. I first met Mr. Muhammad Sabri, and from there onwards, we have been very closely working together in Toastmasters, and later he has introduced a wonderful program called Thinking into Results, and we got an opportunity to work together. It was 6 months long program, and we had a very wonderful moments to share each other and a lot of learnings, a lot of fun, a lot of realizations all together. Uh, yeah, this is all about me, what we
Okay.
had experienced together.
So now, Mr. Afzal, as you said, we know each other since long time, and maybe I want to ask you, how was your life, or from your understanding of goal settings, your capabilities, before we start working together, before you started on thinking into results, so people can tell how was your life, what things that you were doing till the point we joined, then we will take it from there. Yeah.
Yeah, to start with, when I tell about my goals, my ambitions, and all, before coming to this program, it was just like normal. I was thinking everything was going normal. Then the things are happening around me. Like I'm going with a good job, uh, family, family is happy. Then I'm also happy with things. I'm happy with the friends and what I'm having, the programs which I'm engaged in. The thing is that even though I was feeling something is missing, I mean, I'm passionate about something, and I couldn't able to understand what it exactly it is, how to get that satisfaction. Something is missing out of it. So that I couldn't able to realize what exactly it is. And when I was looking at, okay, what's my next, what's going to be next in my career or in my life, then it was all about, okay, if everything goes well, then I'm going to achieve this. If something happens with my life in this way, then I'll be going this way. But okay, I'm happy with what I'm having right now. Yeah, this is what exactly going in my mind at that time, and it got a U-turn when I attended when I started this program, thinking into results with Mr. Mohammed Sir. So in I mean in next few minutes I'm going to explain you that Of course.
So now, okay, this is good, which takes me to the next question. Tell me how was your journey during those 6 months? What things you noticed had changed in your life, or people around you, what things they noticed about you, your confidence level, maybe the family, and so on. So just give us an idea.
Yeah. When I first heard about this program, when you have explained me this program, I was thinking like, yeah, it can be a normal program, just like a coaching sessions in frequent intervals where we are working together. That was the only concept in my mind. But when I started this program, the ideas which newly introduced to me. First of all, setting a goal, then uh, understanding a lot of things about yourself. I mean, myself have to understand a lot of things about mind, just like how our mind works, how to use our mental faculties. So, I mean, on and on and on. When we are going one by one, it was just like a progressive realization of myself. You know, I can achieve more. This is what I was missing in my previous life. I'm realizing myself in more, my strengths, my weaknesses, how to get rid of those bad habits, how to build good habits into me. And the habits is the main thing which determines our success. It's going to give us the continuous results and what exactly is the results and all. So going through all these sessions, uh, it was, as I said, it was a 6 months program. I'm getting enough time, chapter by modules after modules, the sessions after we were sitting together once in 2 weeks, and after that, I'm getting enough time so that I can look into myself, comprehend myself, work with certain worksheet which is provided by the program, as well as some of the things which I can design myself, and I was working with them. I could able to understand myself. I could able to change myself. So at the end, I became more confident. I could able to realize that, yeah, I have a lot of strength in me, which I haven't realized before. I can utilize those skills and that strength in achieving those higher goals. And first of all, to start with setting a C-type goal, which we were started from the beginning. Uh, it was a B-type goal, which I was thinking before. If everything goes right, I'm I will be achieving this, or I am going to at this position. I'm going to be successful like this. But this program has given me an insight about the C-type goals. What are your fantasies? Just to fix those fantasies into goals, then work towards those. This is what exactly happened. I mean, this is the immediate. I mean, if you ask me what really happened, what is the big thing happened after starting this program is setting the goals. That is the initial step, and that is a big step. Instead of category A, B, I'm looking at the C type goals. And then I realized later, going chapter by chapter, yes, I can achieve. It's not a fantasy. I can achieve those C type goals.
Very good, very good. Can you share any quick wins you had while you were going through those 6 months? People you feel, yeah, you never thought you will be able to do. Any quick wins you had, or as I said, I will be asking you questions, so feel free.
Sure, 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 absolutely. Um, yeah, the thing is that I like the theory of how to produce results. I remember we were discussing the results is outcome of action plus reaction. And you have to look at the results. The result is the important stuff. You have to seek reaction from the people. And in order to get that, you need to have a action oriented mindset. You're thinking a lot. We have a lot of plans in our mind, and we are thinking a lot. We are reading a lot of books. But the thing is that taking action is very important stuff. And action plus reaction. When you do the action, then the reaction automatically happens. Then you get the results. That is something I experienced, uh, something which I rarely experience in this program. After understanding that, whenever I'm approaching my colleagues, whenever I'm approaching my family members, whoever around me, even going to a cafeteria and meeting some people over there, just asking for a coffee, just asking for a tea, I could able to understand uh, when I'm applying those things, when I'm conversing with them, when I'm just telling a hi, how are you? So that was an action. Then actually that immediately prompt the other person to react. It's not simply like going for a tea and asking it, you are getting it, you are very happy with that. You're paying the money. But if you want to get an extra thing, if you want to get that tea with love, you have to ask some question. You can simply greet him. You can compliment them. You can ask for how he does and how are you, how the weather is, how you are feeling. So those things. And I'm just simply talking about just going for a tea. But how much it's going to be when you're working in an organization, when you have people around, you will be contacted by different person for different things, and you are holding a crucial position in terms of you are maybe you are working for a product, you are in such a company where the product is important, where sometimes a service oriented. So in service, it's more important. You have to connect with the clients, you have to answer their questions, and you have to understand their needs and meet their expectations. And in the product scenario, it's going to be uh, the more into product realization, where you are playing a crucial role. So in all these areas, wherever you're working, when you're dealing with people, it's very important to get the maximum results out of any situation. So that I was learning, I was practicing. You can say I was practicing that stuff when I was doing this thinking into research program. Uh, and maybe immediately jumping into the last module, which we were leaving everyone with an impression of increase. So that I will come to you later in the session, how I was practicing that. But for me, the most memorable stuff and the things what I'm still practicing is getting the result. And action plus reaction is the result.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is what I mean, including me, when I went through the program similar to you, the biggest learning for me in a way that I can create my own reality. It is within my hand, not within other people's hand. So in a way, I need to make sure always that cause and effect, I put the right cause in order to get the right effect. Or I can put a bad cause, then I will see, a bad effect. So it is all started with me and ends with me. So I have really a control in my life. Now, if I want to look on those 12 modules, now for you, what is that lessons you really enjoy? And it is like maybe a big turning point for you.
I would say it is the chapter which is called the magic word attitude. Uh, See, it's starting from my career, there were many people who complimented me. You have a good attitude altogether. You have a good attitude. Whenever you are dealing with a problem, whenever you are dealing with a situation, so you are making it more comfortable for us. So your attitude makes the difference over here. I was hearing that word. Okay, good. Each and every time, yeah, I feel more happy. But the thing is that how it can be it can be a strength to me. How I can use that attitude stuff as a core strength. After understanding what is behind the attitude, or in order to have a good attitude, what exact mindset you have to be, and how the attitude thing is contributing to your success. That was something a very uh, something which is a great learning for me. And something which I realized that I have the core strength with me, and I have to utilize it. Even though I like all the chapters very much, which this is the chapter which stands very close to my heart. The magic word attitude, and yeah, I like the whole idea of how the thinking into research. And uh, after maybe I will add up something over here. When I was when I was thinking of how it went with thinking into result program after the 6 months, because we started this program in 2019 December, I believe. I
Yeah.
mean, before that, it was in December 2019 December when we have started this program. We almost ended in the month of June this year. After a couple of months, everything going well, the things are changing around me. Um, uh, Even I'm more happy than before. I'm able to practice and continuing my practice of all the skills I have, all the understanding what I have gained through that program. Then I was trying uh, to fix this program and trying to keep a summary of this program. If I want to tell somebody else how this program works, then I categorized into four steps. Maybe this is the first time I'm discussing with you this thing. What exactly I have done with that. Initially, it started with setting your goals and understanding yourself. Setting the goals and what are the things which are working effective for you. What are the things you don't want to do. The things you would like to avoid. And if you avoid those things, the imaginary world, how it would be, or the ideal situations. So thinking about it, walking about it, with these things. And the next step was understanding of of our mind. That is the point I understood that it's all us. We are taking the lead. We are taking the charge of our own. We have to lead ourselves in order to achieve success, in order to achieve those goals we have set before, or the the C-type goals, the fantasies. So for that, what are the uh, mental faculties, the strength, what you have, how to utilize those. And then later, the next thing is organizing yourself. When you avoid or when you are practicing all those good practices, you understood all the good practices to achieve that success, achieve that goal. Then you have to organize yourself. How it going to be, one after the other, how to go about it, how to deal with those situations. It comes with some decision making. It comes with working with your praxis. It comes with attitude, all those things. Then finally, how to spice up, the last thing. I mean, how to excel your performance. And there you see leaving everyone with the impression of increase, uh, then working with people, how to deal with situations, and how to have that extra stuff with you. So, so categorizing this into four, then I could able to understand this. I mean, I could able to explain this program to someone more. I mean, this is how what it's exactly happening when you are doing this program. Goals, then understanding yourself, understanding your mind, then going forward, organizing yourself, and the end, how to excel with your performance. So this is the whole list of, or the whole idea of this program. If I could summarize for you.
That's good. You see what I did this week when I was teaching people, or sorry, last week is starting. I presented something I call the four-step systems to achieve the results you want. And it, it summarizes, it's not all the thinking, the 12 modules, but give you the key framework for people if they want to start their journey towards success. Which the first day I presented about the goals and setting goals. Then the second day, people will find out what is holding them back. So to try to develop the right practices. Then the third day talking about persistence, which is really needed to be developed. And the key in persistence, always having an accountability partner, like-minded group, plus you need to close your mind, seal it against any negatives. And the last one is talking about decisions. This is what I told. Now, if you want to compare between those, I mean, what is your experience about, attending something short, then and like anything we watch in YouTube, or going through a lengthy 6 month program? So, what is the advantage you had compared between those two options?
Yeah. Uh, if I want to share that, it is like I'm also a fan of all those motivational stories, speeches, and all. That's really good. That's really good. In some way or the other, it gives you a lot of insights. But when working with this program, you hear a lot, you know a lot of things, but you understand very less. That's the point here. And doing this program, for going through all the materials what we have, and of course with the coaching sessions with you, the things what we know, we can understand a lot of basics behind it. What is the underlying stuff? Everyone asking us, everyone telling, okay, you have to do this in order to be successful. You have to go with good habits. You need to arrange yourself. You need to practice things. But how you can do this? What is the motivation for that? You know, we start with something, maybe for a day, maybe for a week, maybe for a month. But how to make it, how to be persistent with that, how to make it as a habit. And for doing that, for making that as a motivation, you need to understand a lot about yourself. You need to believe yourself. You need to understand this is what is happening in your mind. Your mind is the biggest friend of you. You have to feed good ideas to the mind. You have to practice it. You have to realize the results, how the results are happening. As you said before, stop everything disturbing your mind. You have to stop your mental faculties from getting all those things dumped into your subconscious mind. And of course, the mind concept, how it is explaining through this program, that is something I have never heard of. That is something that I'm hearing for the first time, and it gives me a lot of insight into how the mind works. So this is the specialty of this program. What I'm trying to say is that it gives you an understanding of how things works for us. From you have, I mean, you are coming from a lot of different uh, situations, different backgrounds, and you have been through different upbringings, like from different culture, different surroundings, and all. But if you look at the success thing, the success part, the core idea of success is something which can be collected together. Uh, I can tell you that it's the thinking into results. Your thought process have to be very good. You have to think. So that is something where your success lies. It's the progressive realization, as the Earl Nightingale said. It's the progressive realization of the worthy idea. So how to get that progressive realization of the worthy idea is through practice, understanding things, learning and practicing those good things. We can say habits. How to develop that habits? You develop something, you started doing something, then you are getting rid of that. No. So this program has given me a motivation to understand how to build those habits, how to be persistent with the habits, how to understand that progressive realization in you, that growth in you. So when you see the result in you, then you get more and more motivation to continue that, to do that, to practice that. So that is something which is unique in this program, and this is what stands out from all those what we are hearing from YouTube or whatever it is. It's a progressive realization, and you get enough time. And the beauty of the program is that we have a coach. We are discussing with him. He also focuses. He also understands about our growth, about our interest, and he also come back gives us a lot of feedback. Through that feedback process, getting feedback, implementing that, clearing all those doubts, and we will be in a good position to open ourselves in front of our coach. Then I can tell you, you've been a very wonderful person where I can very much open to you.
Thank you.
You were always receptive with your thoughts, and you are always willing to share your ideas, share your beliefs, finding best in me, giving me all those thoughts, and that in fact boosted me a lot. One after the other, session after other, I was waiting to have a session with you. I mean, that's 2 weeks. I mean, I don't know how those 6 months went. Just went in a blink of an eye, and that's something. This is something. This program is something which stand out from the crowd.
Very good, very good. Now, if I want to ask you, how do you see your future? Knowing what you know before and after. Now, how do you see your future? What are big goals are you setting? I mean, what things you can share to people?
All right. Let me tell you the normal notion of people, what they really have. We have a good job, or we are doing a job. First thing, we sometimes, I mean, there are two types of people. There are people who are very much convenient with the position what they have, very much okay with the situation. They don't want to take any challenges or risks, always in the comfort zone. There are people, those who are just want to try things, just want to try out of the comfort zone. And for them, the biggest problem is that they, they believe that there is something missing. They want something. They want a coach in their life. They want someone to assist them. And for them, I can tell you, this is the program that suits you the best. You have a coach available with you. You have the whole, I mean, this program itself have taken from different, I mean, a lot of underlying, I can say, values associated with this particular program. Okay. And there was a time I was not so happy. I mean, I'm falling into the second type of category person. I was falling into there. I always feel that there is something missing in me, but I want to come out of the comfort zone, but I'm not realizing what exactly it is. Then later, what I understood that when I set the goal, then I could able to see myself in, okay, what's going to happen maybe next year, after 2 years. I could able to plan myself in order to reach that goal, how to go step by step. Then the next thing is that it's not that I completely step out of the company and next, I mean, jumping into something else. Oh, this is my passion, this is my fantasy. No, I started loving my job. Then I realized that yes, there is a lot of things in my job itself which can contribute for me to reach that goal. So I set a goal which completely resonates with me. I set a goal of reaching into an advisory position in a board of directors in a leading oil and gas company in the United States of United Arab Emirates. I set that goal. Initially, it was something I felt, okay, this is something very fantasy thing. But later, I realized that there is a lot of things which can contribute in my job itself. I look at my end result. Yes, I'm there. I'm board of directors. And what are the things that can contribute me, which I can take along from my company right now, the what I'm doing right now. I'm into quality, health, safety, and environment. I'm a QHSE team lead working in this company. I have to deal with a lot of people around me in the company because I'm responsible for the safety and uh, safeguarding the environment, safeguarding the people around us with respect to their safety and all, health. There is something which I can learn from them. There is something I can practice over here, so that it acts as a playground for me. So I look at the higher goals. I look at what currently I'm doing. I realize that there are a lot of things I can practice here itself. And of course, the next thing is that we have to be ready for a change. We should be always changing, as well as we have to be very poised. Just like how a good striker uh, plays, I mean, in a football, in a soccer, he always wait for a good pass to hit a goal. He's always having that goalpost in front of him, that mindset, yes. But he's always wait for a good pass, good cross to come to him. He's very poised with his position. He is well aware of his where the strikers, the opponent defenders are placed, how I have to go about it. If I'm getting like this, how to shoot that. So these are all things you have to be very poised with respect to your current position. You have to love it first of all. Then definitely once you have that goal in your mind, you are ready to take your next step. That can be going into your next step, maybe you're leading your company to the next, maybe, okay, it's not about all your career, it's all about your whole life as it is. Maybe you are planning to go to, you are planning for a migration from one country to the other. So it's not all about your career. It's all, I mean, this program has, even if you, the very wonderful thing I like about, one of the other things I like about this program is that when you set your goals, you are taking everything along. It's not your job. Okay, I have to reach this, I have to reach this. But when you start practicing this program, you are thinking about all the other things, how your family goes, how your work life goes, how your comfort level goes, how your health goes, how your mind works when you reach at that goal. So it's going to be when you are launching from the bottom to that goal, you are taking everything along. You're connecting everything together, and that's the beauty of this program. And most of the programs either talks about how to jump into something, how to go to the higher profession, how to be going with something else. And this is something which takes everything along. You don't want to leave anything when you want to achieve something. And that is something which I told you, like structuring yourself. When you structure yourself with all these things, I just structure like my career, my family, my health, my other activities, extracurricular activities. So I structured everything. Then uh, when I'm realizing a growth in me, when I'm reaching, I just realizing that yes, I took a step towards that goal. I could feel each and every aspect of my things, each and every section, everything is progressing to it. So that is something a beauty of this.
Absolutely. I mean, this is what Air Nightingale, he said, is the progressive realization of a worthy idea. You will, I mean, it's not achieving the goal is what you want. The thing you start realizing, the skills you start learning, unfolding, many things will start be changing in your life. And this is the fun part, really, when you start working towards a worthy goal. Now, if we want to conclude, any final words you were mentioning about the impression of increase, any advice for people? So I want to give you the last thing to conclude this meeting.
Sure. The last point from my side is never afraid of 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 a change. You have to take a leap. You know. The change is inevitable. You have to change. Then only the growth happens. Uh, if you are very scary about changing yourself, you come to this program. You will change by your own. It's very simple. You will be more happy. You will be more happier after this program. I mean, during this program, so you will understand, you will realize one after the other how the ideas are. And if I mean, there are many things I have to tell about this program, but uh, it's reflects a lot about me. Change. I was afraid of changing anything. If I want to change something, if I want to change my earphone, I will think about it. It's not about okay buying a new one. A lot of doubts that this and that. If you come to this program, you automatically you can feel that change within you, and at the end of the day, it's the progressive realization of yourself that is success is all about.
Very good, very good. Thanks again, Mr. Afzal, for your time. Now, people who's watching, if you have any questions, feel free to reach Mr. Afzal. If you cannot reach him, just reach out to me. I will share his contact details. He will be more than happy to help you, to assist you in anything you want about your goal settings or how about the thinking into results works and changes with him. So feel free. I will be more than happy also to assist, and looking forward tomorrow to meet for on our final bonus session. So we will meet tomorrow at 8 p.m. Dubai time. So tomorrow I will send out a post so people will be fully aware. Thanks again, Mr. Afzal, and looking forward to meet you again. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.